So when you say organizing, is that another way of just describing community building?
Yes. It's not as much another way of of describing community building, but building a community involves organizing. I wouldn't describe it as organizing. You know, organizing can be used to describe a whole lot of different issues and thought patterns, but it's an intricate ingredient is needed in building this community. We've got to get out there and organize. We're revitalizing the West Side in technology through various programs. It involves organizing, but not, you know, it also involves a great other issues and ideas. I mean, we're doing missionary work through the church. You know, the church is doing that. I'm not a great missionary, but the church is. We're doing a food distribution program. And all of it's not utilizing technology as much as it comes right back to technology. You know.
When I asked you where you'd heard about the wireless thing, it was through a community meeting. So
Right.
Where do you usually get your news? What is your news sources?
My news sources, well, at the community level, my news source is more word of mouth among my cadre of organizers, my little friends, elected officials, their offices. A lot of good news come through word of mouth at the community level. Now we're doing a lot of emailing on the West Side. Everyone's not really on top of it, you know, and this is different from community to community. You know, on the West Side, you get people who send chain letters, being these, what do they call them, electronic email, chain emails, and next thing you know, they're sending viruses, and they've got all these different gadgets on the internet, but they're enjoying it, they're learning, and they're learning the hard way. So we just started doing a lot of community emailing. We hope to put some focus on some adult classes, because that's needed as a result. You know, we get our news from our friends, our associates. They send us an email, and then you get 4 or 5 chain emails. And so we've got to do some adult classes. That's what it tells me. But that's where we get our news from, word of mouth, and just recently emails. The North Lawndale Community News is pretty good with delivering news after it occurred. We've got to create ways of creating calendars of events for the West Side.
So you're describing ways that really local community news, community media. How do you think this relates to mainstream media? How could they do a better job?
Well, I'm looking in terms of this wireless network. I think this is going to be a great step for communities throughout America. It's the portals that will become the windows of the souls for our communities. You know, the community portals will open up all types of opportunities for people at the community level, and that's why this is a very close issue to me, is because we've got some top flight talented individuals down here on the West Side, and only through the opportunity, a fair and equal opportunity for them to exhibit their talent, will their talent ever be seen. you know, you've got North Lawndale Community Newspaper and you've got Chicago Sun-Times. Do you think anybody really cares about North Lawndale Community News in the Chicago Sun-Times building? No. But there's some good people that work in this newspaper. The same is true in our community. So if we do a portal for 77 communities in Chicago, those community talented people are the ones that we hope will play a major role in putting this portal together. It would be a crime if people from outside the community created the Lawndale Community Portal or Austin Portal. You know, it would be a shame. You know, and this is why we've got to come together and work on this as grassroots group. Chicago Digital Access Alliance is the group that we're working with. It's crucial because if we don't say anything, trust me, people from Indiana, Schaumburg, Rolling Meadows will be running this show, and we'll be sitting there saying, well, how come I can't get this on my portal, my community portal? Well, somebody down in Indiana is running the community portal for your neighborhood.
Or it could be just some other neighborhood in Chicago,
yeah,
too. So you want a philosophy of local involvement, local ownership, local feedback, and this whole process.
Hey, this is America. That's what America's all about. I mean, would we allow England to come in here and just run the show? No. The U.S. works for the betterment of America. Illinois works for the betterment of Illinoisans. Chicago works for the betterment of its citizens, and it splits down the communities. If you go any other way, then you're jumping the gun, and it's wrong. Any other way. Now, this is a process that has taken, it has been going on for some time here. I mean, when there's a contract for example, the Blue Line reconstruction, they went through all types of meetings to come up with a process for getting union workers to rehab the Blue Line. And the union workers had to come from the various communities that this Blue Line traveled. It's tough, but it's fair. That's why we go to school to graduate. That's why we pay our union dues. That's why we pay our taxes. We want what's coming to us. And that should take place in all 77 communities. 77 communities should shine. Everybody should be a star here in each community that's working on their community portal, that's involved in working to educate their community. They should all just shine.
Are you an original Chicagoan, or did you come here from somewhere else?
I was born in Cook County Hospital, not John Stroger. I wish. Then I wouldn't have to live through this. I'd be looking for the future. But no, I'm born here. Grew up on the near north side. Went to college. Came back home after the Marine Corps, and I've been here ever since. I love Chicago.
Well, why do you do the work that you do? What motivates you? What gets you out of bed each morning? Because it can't be the pay, right?
No, it's not the pay. It's, you look at what you do in life and you say, you try and figure it out. By the time you figure it out, it's like you're 50 years old. Well, I think that it's what God wants me to do. I really do. I can't think of nothing else. I wanted to fill up Coca-Cola machines, but that job didn't pay him.
Well, I know your time is valuable. I don't want to take up too much. Are there any closing thoughts you'd like to give?
Well, we're looking to do organizing meetings, community meetings in all 77 communities. If you watch this, why don't you hit us up at our website? I'm sure it'll be listed on this link. And join us. Create a meeting in your community. Take the lead. You know, don't sit back and wait for somebody else to start it. You should take the lead. Thank you.
Thank you, Lowry.
You're welcome.